Oh, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Night2727, and this is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. We're looking at Grand Theft Auto 3. Real quick, I wanted to show you this before I wanted to start a new game and just kind of show you the first 20 minutes or so. This is a texture glitch. Can't go on without showing you this. The quality of what they want you to pay for $60. Some of the other channels might not show you this, but Night will always show you the nitty gritty and try to show you what you're really about to pay for. We're how many years ago? How many years ago was the PS2 era? I remember, just to make these character models look a little bit different, but still kind of try to match that PS2 era. To shrink a lot of these people's heads. Her head is outrageously tiny. That's what you're gonna get with a lot of people. And instead of blocks, you have fingers now. Like, I get it. The graphics are a little cute. Maybe run into the wall a little bit and then flip the camera so you can see into the guy's face a little bit better, like this. So that's what he looks like. You gotta get the environment. This whole street super iconic. I remember all of this from the original PS2 era. But if you don't have a Series X, I do. But I wanted to show you this anyway. You get this and get this version, and then show y'all what it looks like on the Switch, and show people the things that the other channels might not show you, like those texture glitches. They want $60, and you're gonna get texture glitches like that. I've seen invisible people. I've done a couple of other tests before I recorded this particular video. The people from the ambulance got out. One of the guys was completely invisible, trying to revive some of the civilians that I damaged in the street. So it's a port that could have been better. This is somebody who owns Saints Row on the Switch. I know that they could have done better. Saints Row looks better and runs better. Things like The Witcher 3 exist. I don't have that, but it exists on this platform. I have Crysis. That exists. The textures of which you'll see. Something I think Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, Doom, Wolfenstein. Like, come on. Warframe. Millions of titles. So you get what you pay for. Now, real quick, Grand Theft Auto 3 is 2.3, like 2 gigs some change. So it's 2 gigs. Vice City is 5. San An is 11. These titles could have existed on the Nintendo 3DS. Stop playing with us and stop disrespecting Nintendo when you give these ports. This is the reason why Nintendo gets such a bad reputation. Flat out, if it's going to take a hit like this, it does to me look like this could have been on Nintendo 3DS with just a port that we're looking at. If you're going to do it like this, then there's no excuse as to why the frame rate should not be 60 frames per second, especially if it took a hit like this. What is it taking a hit like this for? Just to have frame rates to be jumping all over the place? It's not good. It's not a good look for Nintendo. It really does look like I'm looking at a Nintendo 3DS game. From the PS2 era, Nintendo 3DS was able to surpass what the PS2 was doing. I mean, look at Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, on the Nintendo 3DS. Pretty incredible that they were able to pull that off. And then look at the draw distances. So you can kind of see them. Let's drive back a little bit, and you can see them just kind of fade out. Drive a little bit. So this would be the extent of which you can see the distance more so. Kind of see them fade out. I drive back just a little bit and keep the camera in. He fades right out. So you see that distance. They're going right past that sign. So this is your distance right here that you're going to be able to see. Boom, right there. Expose that. These other channels don't do stuff like that just that fast. And when you're driving at high speeds, you got to see this. This taxi wasn't here. This wasn't here. This other taxi, boom, that wasn't there. Got a cat-like reflexes. So rather than do a mission, let's get things stirred up real quick to show you what it's going to be like. It's going to be, oh my goodness, I didn't know you had a gun. I did not know you had a gun. Oh no. Oh. Alright, they have auto lock on. Controls seem fine. You see the texture pop right there, which is standing through. There's a couple of alleyways that you can literally, the texture pops straight up in the air. You can see completely under the map. Now it's 2 gigs, so once again, I feel like this could have been on the 3DS because it's only 2 gigs. Like y'all playing with this. Like the Rockstar didn't put that quality in this right here. I just seen that phase into. I just seen it phase right in. I'm trying to see like just some of the textures and stuff just to show you like it just seems like it's such a rushed project. Trained professionals, a whole group of these people in a room together. Like, what are y'all doing? Trained professionals. All of you have the skill to probably be able to pull this off individually. You're working together and still pulling off such a rushed effort. But I mean, drop the price then. Drop the price to 40 for this project or something. 30 for this project. Because we're getting a crazy amount of replay value. You're going to get a lot of longevity out of each of these titles, especially for the generation of people who don't remember this. But the graphics are, they went in, look how tiny that head is. Once again, like these weird proportions. It kind of reminds me of like Claymation or something like that. If anybody is old enough to remember the PJs, that Eddie Murphy Claymation, then it kind of looks like some of the character models look like that. They're not they're not super impressive. It is what it is. It's still Grand Theft Auto. Still runs the same. Still sporadic movement. It's not broken. It's not a broken mess. It's altered. Um, it's not as easy to steal cars. I guess that mechanic doesn't have as much of a auto lock on. It feels like you got to come more to a complete stop. That's one of the differences. Not so much as an easy transition. I think what y'all get is the updated GPS. Little mechanics like that give you a little bit of assistance. But I can show you that you can walk through this car door easily. That's something that they haven't fixed. Like I said, this is the type of stuff to where if you're gonna give the graphics this much of a hit to where it looks like a Nintendo 3DS game ported to the Switch, you know, why isn't it running at 60 frames per second? This should be very, very smooth. You shouldn't have any bugs and glitches if you wanted to have these people's proportions. Like look at the way the construction head is, and you can see through the person's head. Like these character models are very hollow. Easy to see that these textures are barely peeled on together. But I can show the gyroscope aiming is beautiful. I can show you that. Gyroscope aiming is absolutely beautiful, and I'm barely even moving. Like very slight movements, and you have customization of that. But more so just the portability and the gyroscope aiming was like the number one features that I wanted to check out the Switch version for, especially since the graphics weren't going to be put in a realistic fashion or anything like that, kept in a cartoon-like style. But once again, Vice City is only 5 gigs, so you know Vice City is going to have higher resolution and textures. So I believe they did it like that to. I'm not going to shoot at you. Remember, you have a gun. It's right in your hand. I don't want no beef, no smoke with you. Not my business. Yeah, the JavaScript looks good. Very easy to do. So Vice City, you're going to see more of a more texture qualities. I think it's just going to look good, and I think they just wanted to. This was the first one, the first 3D model one. I think they just want to just keep it like that to kind of make it look a little bit under the other ones, and then we get the San Andreas, that's the one that looks the best. I think they just kind of designed it in that way, maybe. The one that to look goofy like this, it's fine, but they really could have just pulled this off a long time ago. They could have had a lot more polish, simply. So easy to shoot, easy controls, definitely playable. If you want to, go through the entire thing for people who never played it before, definitely good. If you're one of them people that are super picky about everything and this and that, your quality, blah blah blah, then go get it on the PS5 or the Series X if you even found one. But if this is all you have, the Switch version, yeah, you can get it. I mean, unless you don't want to get it on a phone or something like that, you don't have to pay extra money for a Bluetooth attachment, or if you have it on a Series X, you want to, get one of them Bluetooth attachments, so you can stream it on the phone. Your internet quality got to be all good. This, and that. It is what it is. I don't think it's terrible. It's Grand Theft Auto, definitely playable. It's beautiful gyroscope controls. old school. All of the you have cheat codes, classic cheat codes that you can look up to do work for the Switch version. But this is what you're gonna get. See them texture pops. See them standing right in the street. This is what you're gonna get. So I honestly think that this might have been a mobile version, definitely for sure. Just trying to just give you a good look at what you're gonna get. I mean, $60, you are getting all three, but at the same time, at least Grand Theft Auto 3 is going to look like a PS2 title that was extremely rushed, that was ported to a mobile version that was extremely rushed, ported back to the Switch version. Most realistic way to describe it. With some updated features to make it a little bit more modernized, like the GPS. Kind of reminds me of like the Spider-Man games ported to the PSP. The other versions on the PS5, the Series X are going to have much more bush, and all that, textures, trees. You see, they got a couple of them that look pretty good, but I think down here would be more full. You have more grassy like textures and stuff. Doesn't look that bad. Definitely playable. Will he survive that? Yes, he will. Yeah, like you probably have like much more bushes and stuff, so you see like just how flat these textures are. Even some of them just stick up like this. Once again, these leaves are just planted there. You see that they actually stick up. It's supposed to be flat. This is what you would get back in the PlayStation 1 era or something like that. This definitely feels like mobile, and they were just planting them on. And it makes the Switch version look bad. You know, it definitely just makes it look bad. But you have other titles like Saints Row that are running just fine and looking a lot better. These character models look awful. They kind of remind me of PlayStation 1 cutscenes. Like Spyro the Dragon era PlayStation 1, like them type of cutscenes back then, like how people looked. And some of them, it just looks weird. And it wasn't even like the in-game character models, it was the cutscenes. Like, look how tiny this woman's head is. I can't get over what they did to these people's heads. Like, it doesn't make sense. Her head is like the size of his fist. It's a freak show. It's just a freak show. It's just a cute little art style. If you don't care, that's the thing. Like, if you don't care, it's still Grand Theft Auto. You still have a lot of replay value. There's going to be a lot of bugs, but once again, wait for the updates. Updates, patches. That's what you're going to get. Especially if it's 2.3 gigabytes, this is what you're going to get. For real. This ain't like it's, 24 gigabyte download where it's all this craziness. No. Absolutely not. 2.3 gigs. This is what you get. Especially with them actually disrespecting their own franchise like that by giving you a port like this. We deserve better, especially if this is going to be attached to a $60 price tag. I'll tell you that. But it has promise. I mean, WWE 2K18, that had a little bit of promise after some updates, but this doesn't seem to have crashed on me. I've seen Invisible People. I'm not sure what just happened right here. Oh, alright. I thought he died for a second. Oh, make that happen. It's cute. Looks like its own little thing. I don't know. I just disagree with the $60 price tag and just wanted to show you what it really is. A couple of these trees look nice. Then there will be a lot more. Then it would give a lot more life. Obviously low resolution textures and stuff, but it looks good, especially handheld. These type of trees look really good, but it's just not a lot. The textures are what they are, but it's supposed to mimic that old school era. It's just they did what they wanted to do with these graphics. So, oh, okay. I didn't think I made the jump, but all right. I'm not complaining. I guess I can do this and kill everybody in here, get away with it, apparently. You can get a good look at the AI, the intelligence of them, the crazy man with a baseball bat killing everybody in there, the intelligence of them, they're going to try to get away. Obviously not. And the police do not care how many people have I murdered so far and get away with it. Got the star right there in the middle. Nobody cares. I feel like the AI might be a little bit different. Anything if mission involving the AI to cooperate with you might be hell. Really might be. Back by request. Just wanted to show y'all. Oh yeah, I think the weapon wheel's also new. Yep. Weapon wheel's new. Yeah, even using it again, don't nobody care. Just finally got a star. Gotta use a gun. Police probably won't even be able to find a way in here. They'll probably just be able to shoot me. Yeah, I mean, I'm making this look great, aren't I? I'm showing that a lot of things are possible, but I mean, it is what it is. The police didn't even care; they left already. Still didn't even grab the star. So the AI is pretty bad. Not what you used to. Told you they wasn't gonna be able to find a way in here. Here he is out of breath. They gave up. The ambulance, they couldn't find a way in. They just absolutely gave up. So they were able to completely see me doing all of that. Old lady watching as well. Kind of has a smooth feel sometimes, and then it just a little bit jerky. And this is what's gonna happen when vehicles just goodness, when vehicles just kind of pop up in front of you. Didn't even say I was under arrest. She just straight up punched me. This is complete self defense. Like this is goodness. All right, so that's what it is. Grand Theft Auto on the Switch. 2.3 gigabytes worth of a mobile port on the Nintendo Switch that they could have put on the 3DS, and yeah, that's what it is. Y'all want to pay for this? Go ahead. There are some like reflections that you can get off the vehicles that seem pretty accurate as what's going on, like billboards and stuff. You'll actually be able to see on the car. You'll be able to see the sign pop up on the car. Yeah, you can actually see the green. That's accurate. That's pretty cool. Stuff like that you normally don't get. You can see that yellow pop up on a car. See the yellow from the sign. Yeah, you can see the sign and stuff. Complete accurate reflections. Nintendo's doing their thing with that. That's pretty applaudable. But other than that, it kind of reminds me of Lego City Undercover, just for like the texture, to draw distance from the Nintendo 3DS version. Some of these trees look good. It just needed to have a lot more. Even Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, the campaign on Nintendo Wii U, excuse me. Then just the campaign on that pushed the graphical capability, and it looks way better than this. I can really think back to Black Ops 2 on Nintendo Wii U, the campaign, and even the multiplayer maps look significantly better than this. And we're on the Switch right now. So it's just the port itself. It's just they just chose to do this. I really need to show the people what you are getting yourselves into. This looks pretty incredible. When I was watching this on the other channels and stuff, and I'm able to point out a lot of stuff that they haven't shown. And see half of these buggy little textures sticking up and stuff. Those looking all lovely, especially looking all docked. Now show me the nitty gritty. Show me what it really like. He's supposed to be the same crew. He walking right by. So that's one strange thing about the AI. Some of them seem to care. Some of them don't want to smoke. Is what it is. And obviously, you know we can't swim by now, right? All right, so once again, I'm into the ITE 2727 mission filed, and this is the Grand Theft Auto trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, a 2.3 gigabyte version. If you want to see Vice City, let me know. I'll be downloading that since it's only five gigs. I'll be downloading all of them. Honestly, just want to test them all out. Character models look pretty all right just for the main character. You see his proportions are actually pretty accurate, so he kind of seems to be like a human within a world of aliens because everybody else's body proportions seem to be like something out of Men in Black. You know, aliens and bugs and stuff. It just seems really weird. But the controls seem fine. Doesn't live up to a Saints Row on the Switch at all. But it's Grand Theft Auto, completely playable. Wait for some patches, it'll be a little bit better. But I think 3 is always going to be that rough version. So I think Vice City and San Andreas obviously will be the standout versions on the Switch because they just got more love and attention, and this one just is what it is. Like this blue truck just popped up. Look on the left hand side of the road. Let's see what pops up for us. Oops. That's just bad driving taxi. So you actually see them phase right in. I just want to show more of them just phasing right in. You just see it. So even if you got cat-like reflexes, it's gonna be real difficult to dodge stuff. You see, just traffic is just coming all over the place. I mean, the environmental world isn't so empty. There's people on the street. That's what you want to see. You want to have like a lot of interaction with the people and stuff. You know, these trees do look great coming up right here. And then you see like maybe like a texture drop don't really look the same when the trees following up. It does look like a mobile version. I swear it is. Look at that draw distance back there. Oh my goodness, they could have put more quality into this, especially for a Rockstar standard. This is this is something unacceptable. Yikes! This does look like an indie project or something like that. But I see that they do got some type of, you know, good reflections and stuff that they added in. But I cannot say enough that if you're gonna have it looking like this, it needs to be running at 60 frames per second. It needs to be butter smooth if it took this much of a graphical hit. There's no excuses. Once again, I'm into the ITE 2727. Thanks for watching. Vice City San Andreas videos are on the way.